Today, we'll learn about what Yoda has to do with being mindful of finding the humor in those disappointing and frustrating periods of our lives. Let's tap back in together. When I was a kid, we had a dog. It was a small terrier poodle mix, and on the day that I was surprised with it, the dog was in the car when I got picked up from school, as I recall. I was tasked with naming it. I asked, is it a boy dog or is it a girl dog? My mom said, it's a boy. Oh, I smiled. Well, in that case, let's name it Yoda. My mom, curious, asked, what if it was a girl? What would the name have been then? Leia, I grinned, ear to ear. You can probably guess what I was a fan of back then from those two names alone. And in retrospect, I probably dodged a bullet. Naming a dog after your first crush seems a little awkward, but I was young and didn't really know any better. At any rate, Yoda was very much his own dog. He was headstrong and stubborn, and as cliche as it sounds, he definitely marched to the beat of a different drum, much like his Jedi namesake. And as he hadn't been fixed, he was constantly on the prowl. Anytime the opportunity rose for him to sneak off, he seized the day like an even more pint-sized doggy version of Robin Williams' character in Dead Poets Society. Every bark was like him choosing to stand on a desk and exclaim, "Carpe diem!" And when he ran away, I was sad. My tiny heart would break every time. And my mom, however, helped me to cope with this by creating a song. Some of you might remember or have heard of it. It's called the Banana Boat Song, or Deo. And if you think you haven't heard of it, it's the song they all dance to in the film Beetlejuice. One of the verses starts just like this. Deo, mi se Deo, daylight comes and me wanna go home. Well, my mom changed the lyrics to say this. Yoda, me say Yoda, the gate is open and he wants to roam. Eventually, when we'd find him, or he would come back, we'd sing that song together with Yoda as we made him dance with us. And I'd smile every time. I'd laugh every time. And I'd be a little less scary the next time he ran away. Humor has always been important in my family, and I've come to believe that humor helps us to cope with the pain and sorrow in the world around us, and the pain and sorrow that we face no matter the form. Those seeds were planted very deeply when I was a child, and I had many moments like this where they were watered and given plenty of sunlight so that when faced with the pains of life, I could almost always find my way out through finding the humor in what was going on. Levity not only makes our mood lighter, it can often serve as a light to, like Yoda all those years ago, help us find our way home. You see, oftentimes when the sky of our hearts starts to darken, all we can see are the shadows. Humor, no matter how subtle, can serve as a light, a reminder that life is short and hope is always there, even when we can't see it. All it requires is a willingness to try and make a slight shift in perspective. And sometimes in life, horrible things happen. Horrible things that aren't funny and need to be dealt with. And in those situations, perhaps humor is best left off the table. The rest of the time, humor can be what we need to move forward, to get back to ourselves, and to reconnect. Sometimes it's not easy. Other times it seems impossible, but that doesn't mean it isn't worth trying. For those viewing this today, I wish you all the smiles and laughter that you can muster. Whether it's finding a way to laugh at some aspect of your situation, or even discovering the worst dad joke ever, and the ironic smile that is often the result. Look for the humor. Dig deep for that smile, and tap back in.